welcome back to our channel. It is Bria and Kevin's channel, to be exact, but I have time before class to go ahead and cook some dinner, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that started. So today I'm actually gonna make us some Ahi Tuna Steak. I don't know if you guys have ever had Ahi Tuna Steak, but it's actually really good, and we don't really eat, well, I'm not gonna say we don't eat red meat, so this Ahi Tuna Steak is pretty comparative to like a pork chop to me. So we're gonna do some Ahi Tuna Steak, some roasted potatoes, where I'm actually gonna like dice them up and saute them and put them like in a little sauce, to say the least, and then some asparagus. So tune in for this meal, see if you like it. All right, so for today's actual potatoes, I'm gonna be using the Little Potato Company, the little small ones, and I'm literally just going to put them in some water, clean them off, dice them up, and then make my sauce, drizzle that on top, throw that in the oven. Asparagus will go in the oven as well, and then the Ahi tuna, I'm gonna season that up and cook it on the pan. But yeah, so let's see how this goes. All right, so I went ahead and already cut up my potatoes, as you guys see, nice and fine and simple. And now I'm gonna go ahead and make my sauce. As you guys see, heavy whipping cream is like the go-to for everything. And then I went ahead and melted some butter. So we're gonna have the butter is in there. We're gonna add some heavy whipping cream. Now y'all know I don't measure, so that's that. And we're gonna add some garlic. Can't not have garlic, like you just can't. Again, I did a decent amount. And then can't forget the good old Badia. I'm gonna sprinkle some of that in there. Some garlic powder. What she say? Cause that's your business. Tabitha, love her. And then some Lawry's seasoning in there. And I'm sure a lot of people probably just use regular salt and pepper and a little bit of olive oil, and that's it for their potatoes, but not I. And a little bit of garlic parmesan. This is literally the grated one. Simple. Put it in there, right? And I thought about adding some Gouda cheese to it, but then I was just like, maybe I'll drizzle that on top when it's done, right? But yeah, this is pretty much how it looks, right? And I'm just going to pour that on top. All right. And I'm going to mix it decently. You know, I need to actually put some olive oil in there just in general. Then I'm gonna mix it. And then again, you can add more seasoning as you see fit once you actually put it in your container or your bowl. Because I mean, realistically, the potatoes are gonna melt down and everything like that, but you still want a little bit of flavor on top of the actual potato. So I'm gonna just go ahead and I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. All right. And I'm still probably gonna add a little bit more Badia on it. And then at the end, the key trick, if you want your potatoes to look, you know, for presentation wise, you add that parsley. You ain't gotta get the real parsley, like that fresh parsley. You can get the one that's in the container, you can shake it on top and bam, it does the same trick. So this is literally how it looks. Now I'm just gonna pop it in the oven. All right, so for the asparagus, it's literally nothing special, like a little olive oil, your salt. I'm using Himalayan salt, so put some of that on there. Add a little bit of garlic powder. Kevin actually likes asparagus, So that's a great thing. And then a little bit of Bria. And I actually need to get a tray. That's what I need to do. Yeah, just move it around, drop that bad boy in the oven, and next is the tuna. All right, so now it is time for our tuna steak. So I'm just gonna show you guys what tuna steak looks like. Not sure if you guys have ever seen it or whatever the case may be, but this is the texture of the meat, right? It almost looks like red meat, but it's not, it's fish. Yeah, it looks like a pork chop almost. And it tastes like a pork chop to me. So like I said, if you have not had red meat or you don't eat red meat and you want an alternative that actually kind of tastes like it, to me, it tastes like a pork chop. To Kevin, you said a pork chop, right? Kind of like a pork chop, but it's fish. So this is our fish for the week because we actually consume fish every week. Sometimes not every week exactly, but for the majority of the time, it's like every week we have one fish. And this week we're gonna have Ahi Tuna Steak. So I'm just gonna show you guys how I actually season it and cook it. Right now I have the skillet on low and I have a little bit of oil in there. So I'm sure you guys are gonna hear the drizzle, the sizzle, or whatever you wanna call it. But yeah, so I've cleaned them already. And now I'm just going to season them. So I'm placing them pretty much on my cutting board. And I'm gonna use my good old favorite, some Bria. That's my base. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of Lawry's on it as well. Lawry's, however you wanna pronounce it. And I'm also adding garlic powder. And then I'm also adding some roasted garlic and herb. Not sure if you guys have ever had that seasoning, but it's actually really good. And then I'm gonna go ahead and flip that over, season the other side, and then just drop these bad boys in the skillet to cook and just watch magic happen, you know? But I've also thought about trying like making a sauce or adding a sauce to this so that way like it's just not so basic and bare, but I don't got that much time today to do all that. So we're gonna do it real simple. And again, the potatoes are already in the oven, asparagus is already in the oven. My class starts at 5 o'clock and it is 3:53. So my oil looks good. Let's drop it in there. Right? And you don't want to put this in there like piping hot, especially if you got a little grease in there. Like, I don't know about you, but I'm not trying to get burned. So that's just me. So as you guys can see, that thing is sizzling, and I'm gonna cook it till on one side till about halfway. So you'll see like the actual, it's a thick meat. First and foremost, this meat is thick. All right, so I'm gonna cook it on the halfway mark of where it has already cooked, and then I'm gonna flip it over because you don't wanna like overcook this because you'll dry it out because it is a thick meat. So I'm just gonna flip it over. And allow that to cook on the other side. And let me just show you guys. See, it has a nice little color on it. We don't want it to be, again, too burnt, you know. But realistically, you do want to cook it all the way through. So I'm probably going to allow this side to cook even longer than the other side, just so that way it make sure it's like completely cooked. Because realistically, I'm not going to eat no raw meat. He's not trying to eat no raw meat, and I'm not giving my son any raw meat. So I'm gonna cook it all the way through and see how it goes from there. But if you guys, it looks already like a pork chop. Already. The food is done. So my tuna steak is done, right? You got a nice little brown color to it. My potatoes are done and my asparagus is done. Kevin wants me, but then again, like, this is why I love feedback. And he gives me feedback, so I could always be doing things one way, right? This is the way that I season it. I'm so used to doing it. And he'll come and be like, hey, next time, can you try this with that? So, I mean, it's a team effort, essentially. But with the asparagus, he reminded me, do some, pretty much melt some butter, season my butter, and then drizzle some of that on top of the asparagus. Does that add just a little bit more?
The brush. You gotta use the brush. That's what I do. That's why it tastes like it tastes.
That's what you do?
Yes.
Do you hear him over here? Talking about that's what he do. He does not cook, okay? But
I don't cook sometimes.
Okay, thank you. He cooks sometimes. But anyway, no, he's right though.
Make me a little cooking video. Then.
You do need to make you a little cooking video. Go ahead. So, with the asparagus, I'm gonna utilize what he just told me to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and I have my butter. I'm gonna go ahead and season it. What you want me to put in here, babe?
Where's the
Lawrence?
You use that Badia and a little bit of Lawrence garlic powder.
Okay. Because remember, I've already seasoned it technically, so
yeah, you ain't gotta overdo it there.
Yeah, I don't have to overdo it, but I will listen to my man.
With a little brush. Make sure you stir it up. Now you gotta paint it.
That's good for you?
Mm-hmm.
You like that? All right. So I'm just gonna drizzle. Well, I'm sorry. I'm gonna paint it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna paint it on top. Because he likes asparagus, y'all. So, and I really like that he likes this vegetable because I like it too. And it's not like the traditional broccoli and peas or what is there?
He likes some broccoli too.
No, he loves broccoli, but I feel like we do broccoli all the time.
Yeah, at least twice after.
Yeah, we really do. And then for my potatoes, I told y'all I have it in here. I didn't even find it. I should have had it out, but now I'm really searching all these seasonings in here. Uh-oh.
You gotta organize that.
Yeah, we do. Is this it? No, that's Italian seasoning, but I will use that. Here it is. I found it. All right. So I'm literally going to add even some Italian seasoning on top, right, of my potatoes that are already done. And this is the parsley flakes that I was telling you guys about. Super simple, right? This makes your plate looks pretty, right? So I'm just gonna add some of that on top. And then, trust me, the last and final photo will be of this food plated. So I just want to thank you guys for watching, tuning in. Hopefully you like, comment, subscribe. If you try this meal, let me know. But the ahi tuna, he already actually had some. He said it was really good because he was so hungry. That's because, right, we had that conversation. You need to eat something other than... Yeah, I understand time is of the essence because some mornings I do not cook eggs, and he can eat eggs every morning, it seems like, but I don't cook eggs every morning. I switch it up. I do either eggs, turkey bacon, and waffles. The next morning we pancake sausages, or we'll do a wrap, or oatmeal, or grits, which I really don't do grits like that. He'll do grits. But yeah, I try to switch it up. I just can't do eggs every morning. So that's on him. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and plate this. Hopefully you guys like it. Again, like, comment, subscribe, share. Yeah.